Hello, Eduardo. Thank you for joining the Small Miracles. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm here at Lumafield headquarters in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
So I know Lumafield is one of the fastest growing companies in the hardware space. Where did the idea of Lumafield come from?
So Lumafield, it came from a group of us, the co-founding team. My background's in mechanical engineering. I grew up a few blocks away from a semiconductor fabrication facility in Arlington, Texas, and have kind of always been fascinated with how things are made. I was doing graduate work in the area of like MEMS and semiconductor
Oh,
fabrication at the
yeah,
University of Illinois
that's cool.
back in 2011 to 2013. And during that time, I started a company that made like a consumer electronics, like gardening sensor system, very different from anything I do now. And it was really amazing to me the huge gap between kind of how we were designing and making things for semiconductors and how we were designing and making things in like injection molding or PCBAs. And I really wanted to work on this problem of like manufacturing. How do you make manufacturing more intelligent? How do you make it faster? How do you make it more accessible, easier to use? And if you were thinking those things in 2013, 2014, you ended up in 3D printing,
That's
one way or the other.
that's correct.
Yeah, so I ended up connecting with the CEO at Formlabs, Max Lebowski,
Next, yeah.
and yeah, just moving out to Boston, joining Formlabs, started working on a product that became the Fuse One, which is their
Oh, yeah,
selective laser sintering 3D printer.
of course.
So I spent 4 years at Formlabs, but ultimately knew that I wanted to go on and be back at the kind of the genesis, the beginning of a company.
Mhm.
Um, and you can't co-found a company if you didn't co-found the company. So um, I decided to leave Form Labs in 2018. And then I wanted to spend some time. I really believe that it's important to be like totally focused on the thing you're doing. And so I was like totally focused on Form Labs until the end. And then I left and that's when I started thinking about what comes next. So I spent a year of time, really thinking about like, what does the future of manufacturing need to look like? What could it look like? What are the technologies that could be introduced? How can you increase access to really amazing technologies? What's the next kind of frontier? And that is ultimately what led to Lumafield. So there's never kind of one simple, clean answer to those questions. It's really the culmination of all your kind of professional and life experience, I
Yes.
think, that gives birth to any startup company.